Hi, my name's Linda Bermania, and for our project I decided to compare the United States versus Canada. First, I want to start out that there are similarities and differences between the United States and Canada. Both of the economies for the countries are similar because they're both developed countries, and they are each other's largest trading partner. Two of the main differences would include their population makeup and geography. They also have differences with government policies and productivity, and this all results in different economies for the countries. When we compare the countries, looking at their population growth rate and stuff like that, you are going to see here on the screen that the population of the United States is 334 million, where Canada's population is only 38 million. The growth rate for the United States is at 0.72%, and the growth rate for Canada is at 0.81%. So the growth rate for both countries is quite similar. Health expenditures, however, if you look at this, and I am very engaged or concerned about health expenditures because I work in the healthcare field. I've been doing that for the last 31 years. Health expenditures for the United States are at 17.1%, and Canada is only at 10.6%. Some of that has to do with that Canada has a healthcare system for the country, and everybody gets health insurance. And however, in the United States, we have people that don't have health insurance, and then we also, each company must provide healthcare coverage possibilities depending on the size of the company, and different regulations that way. You can see on the next bullet point on here at the bottom. Now this is going to take into consideration each country's population and other things. The Index of Economic Development ranking, the United States is 20th in the world, and Canada is ranked 9th. So the United States definitely has some work to do to improve and have our ranking move up as far as the Index of Economic Development goes. If we look at the per capita GDP, the United States is at 50,000, Canada is at 52,000. The United States has 31.7 million small businesses. Canada only has 1.2 million small businesses. The US has 30 million more small businesses than Canada. Looking at the per capita GDP, Canada ranks 5% above the US in this category. Now, the United States, one of their main causes for the lower GDP could be due to the higher unemployment rate that we have in the US. And some of that unemployment rate does relate back to the number of small businesses that we have in our country. By having more small businesses, and if they fail, then that leads to a higher unemployment rate, not only for the owner of the small business, but the employers or the employees that it was employing. When we look at the country's debt, the United States external debt is 15.93 trillion. Canada's is only at 1.3 trillion. The US is ranked number 1 in the world for debt. Canada is ranked 14th in the world for debt. So, as you can see, the United States, we have a lot of work to do on helping figure out how to decrease our debt. Then I wanted to show you guys the main countries that each of these countries imports and exports from. The United States imports from China, Mexico, Canada, Japan, and Germany. So those are their top 5. Canada imports from the United States, China, Mexico, Germany, and Japan. So very similar. The United States exports to Canada, Mexico, China, Japan, and Germany. Canada exports to the United States, China, United Kingdom, Japan, and Mexico. So there are great similarities here to which countries both of these import and export to and from. Sorry about that. The one other thing that I did want to touch base with you guys on is that, the banking systems are similar to a point. The United States, to me, has an easier banking system than what Canada does. Canada has more policies, I guess I want to say, regarding banking. The United States has an easier way for people to get a loan and things like that versus what Canada does. Canada's banking system is really not influenced by the government as much as I would say the United States banking system is. And that goes back to looking at the monetary policies in Canada versus the United States and the fiscal policies. And that's a lot to get into, but it is definitely something interesting that you may want to go and look at in the future. For the United States, another thing to think about is spending and taxes in the United States are largely controlled by Congress. And that is an issue. And that could actually help decrease our debt if we could get that somewhat under control. So I was very happy to do this paper to learn more about the countries and being so close to one another, having a border with them. I think it really was important to look at both. Thank you.